There are three things in life that will break you. Not once, not twice, but again and again until you either collapse or evolve. Love, loneliness, and the self. Schopenhauer called this the trinity of suffering, not because he hated life, but because he saw it for what it truly is, a battlefield of illusions. Love seduces you with hope. Loneliness gnaws at your sanity in silence. And the self? It's the prison you can't escape, because it is you. Most people numb themselves before they ever understand these forces. They run from love when it hurts. They avoid solitude like a disease. And they betray themselves to feel accepted. But what if I told you, the same forces that break you can also awaken you, only if you're brave enough to look them in the eye. If you've ever been destroyed by love, if you've ever laid in bed staring at the ceiling, feeling like no one in the world understands you, you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not crazy. Schopenhauer exposed a dark truth about human existence, one that modern culture buries under toxic positivity and fake self-love. But if you stay with me till the end, you'll uncover why you suffer the way you do, and how you can begin to turn that suffering into strength. Because once you understand the trinity of pain, you stop fearing it and start mastering it. Schopenhauer once said, "Life swings like a pendulum between pain and boredom." Pretty bleak, right? But here's the thing. It's not nihilism, it's clarity. He wasn't saying life is meaningless. He was saying most people live it unconsciously, trapped in three forces that manipulate us every single day. 1, love, the illusion of salvation. 2, loneliness, the illusion of abandonment. 3, self, the illusion of control. Let's break them down, but not like a lecture. Let's walk through them like we've lived them. And love, the beautiful lie. Love starts like a drug, a rush, a promise. It tells you, you're finally safe, you're finally seen. But slowly, it becomes a mirror, not of them, but of you. Your fears, your wounds, your need to be needed. You start bending, compromising, justifying, until the love becomes pain, and pain becomes the proof that you love. But that's not love. That's addiction. That's emotional self-harm in a pretty disguise. Schopenhauer believed romantic love was nature's trick to keep the species going, not your happiness, not your fulfillment, just survival. And when you base your worth on something that was never meant to last, you lose every time. The 2, loneliness, the silent punishment. Now let's talk about loneliness, not the Instagram kind. Not the I'm single on Valentine's kind. I'm talking about the existential kind. When you're surrounded by people, but feel like a ghost. When you're scrolling for connection, but feel emptier with every post. That kind of loneliness eats at your soul. It tells you you're not enough, that you're forgettable, that something is wrong with you. But here's the twist. Loneliness isn't your enemy. It's your mirror. It shows you all the parts you've been avoiding. It tells you the truth no one else will. That you don't really know yourself yet. Because once you truly sit with yourself, you realize you're not lonely. You're just unfamiliar. 3, the self, the hidden prison. And finally, the self, the ego, the I, the voice in your head that narrates your every move. Schopenhauer saw the self as a source of suffering. Because it's always wanting, always chasing, always comparing. You tell yourself, if I just fix this about me, if I just achieve that, if I become more attractive, more successful, more whatever. But the self is a hungry ghost. The more you feed it, the emptier it becomes. The truth, there is no perfect version of you coming to save you. There is only now, this moment, this breath. Everything else is ego, noise, illusion. So now that you know, now that you see the Trinity for what it is, how do you survive it? How do you not just endure, but rise? Here are 3 mindset rules, carved from my own scars, and echoed by Schopenhauer's wisdom. Rule 1, love without dependency. Love is beautiful, but love that replaces your identity will destroy you. Don't chase being needed. Don't become someone's emotional crutch. Be whole, so that when you love, it's an addition, not a lifeline. Remember this, if someone has to break you to keep you, it was never love. Rule 2, befriend your solitude. Your loneliness isn't a curse, it's a classroom. Learn to sit with your thoughts, walk without headphones, eat without distraction, heal without an audience. Solitude sharpens you. It silences the fake, and it brings you home to the one person you'll never lose. You. Rule 3, question the self. Not every thought in your head is yours. Not every emotion needs obedience. You are not your cravings. You are not your wounds. You are not your past. You are the witness behind all of it. So when your mind screams, "You're not enough," pause, breathe, and ask, who's talking, and why should I believe them? That's how you take back power, not by fighting the self, but by seeing through it. Schopenhauer didn't write to make people feel good. He wrote to wake them up, because sometimes you don't need a motivational quote. You need a mirror, a scalpel, a funeral for your illusions. Pain is the great revealer. It strips away the lies, and if you're brave enough to feel it fully, it gives you something no comfort ever will. Clarity. A man can do what he wills, but he cannot will what he wills. Schopenhauer. You can't choose your wounds, but you can choose what they make of you. And that changes everything. If this spoke to something inside you, if it reached a place words usually don't, then this isn't just a video. It's a signal, a spark, a reminder that you're not the only one walking through this quiet storm. So share it, not just with clicks, but with the parts of yourself you've hidden. Subscribe, not just to a channel, but to your own evolution. And as you leave, picture this: a cracked mirror in a dark room, 3 shadows behind you. Love, loneliness, and the self. You don't run, you don't break, you don't beg. You just look at the mirror and finally say, "Now I see."